So it was August of 2013, and I had just come back from my mission trip in Colorado, Denver North. And I'm a member from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I had spent 2 years serving, helping people, teaching people, and also having this great unity with so many individuals. And to be sent back home after completing those 2 years and just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life was pretty tough. I had come out previously before my mission to my mom and my bishop, and later to my dad and my sisters. I didn't want to talk to anyone else about it. And during that time, my friend, Lindsay, who I had known for many years at my high school, we did a bunch of productions. We were part of the Pine Ridge Players, Troop 5532. But we've known each other since then, and we had so much fun. So she was coming to visit, and she was seeing her mom and some friends, and she was like, Scott, you want to do something? And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do something. And so she was the one that actually offered to go to Pulse. She wanted to do something fun and crazy. To me, I was like, oh, what is Pulse? I think I've heard of it. And she's like, oh, it's a great gay club. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, shoot. And of course, my me acting straight kind of came out. And I was like, oh, are you sure I should go? Like, I don't want to get hit on by a guy, blah, blah, blah. And thankfully, she was so kind. She was like, Scott, it's okay. I'm going to be there. I'll protect you. I'll be your wing girl, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And so I was excited. Deep inside, I was excited to go because I had only been to one other club, and I went to Parliament House in Orlando. Sadly, it's not there anymore. And when I told my friend Lindsay, I was like, oh, I've been to Parliament House. And she's like, that place, oh my gosh, Pulse is a lot cleaner. Like, they keep it clean. But Pulse was something else. And I remember parking, and we walked over there. I got the butterflies because I didn't know what to expect when I got there. But as soon as I went inside, like, I was like, whoa, this is a nice, clean place, like you said. And I turned to the corner, and I saw a group of friends that I knew from high school. And they were like, oh my goodness, Scott, you're here. And one of them just dropped on the floor so dramatically. And they were like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, get up. Are you okay? And they were like, oh, it's so good to see you. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm here with Lindsay. I was trying to like state that I wasn't there because I wanted to be there. But it was just nice that during that time, I saw people that are familiar. They were nice. And they were just so happy that I was there. And I was kind of surprised with the people that I did see, but the environment just felt so chill. It felt so nice. They were playing great music. I went to the bar to, of course, get water because I don't drink alcohol. But it was just nice to be there to see that space of the dance floor, and then going the patio area, and there was a whole bunch of people that were there sitting, drinking, talking. It was just really neat. Like, I don't know why, I just expected something different. Actually, that was the first place that I went to see a drag show. And Lindsay was telling me like, oh, they do great drag shows. So I remember going to the back, and in there was like a little stage, and there were these drag performers that did such a great job that night. And I wish I could remember their names, but sadly I don't. But I just remember them performing and singing and belting. Well, not belting, but they were lip syncing to these great songs. And I left Pulse feeling happy, like I felt comfortable. It was a nice environment where people were free to be themselves, and there was no judging. Just people were there to just have a good time and dance and be with their friends or be with their loved ones. It was so cool. And the sad thing was that because I was so closeted and I just didn't want anyone to suspect anything if I went back, or maybe friends would be like, what are you doing here again? Oh, I know. I was just so scared of it that I just refused to go. And sadly, like I always wish that I had gone back. I really wish I went back to just have a few more dances there. But because I was so closeted, I didn't want to be found by anybody else or a friend wondering like, whoa, why are you back here? Like I just didn't want to go back. So I moved to New York, and I lived with my two sisters, and it was great. It was fantastic being in the Bronx. I love New York. I miss it so much. But it was then 2016 when my sister told me that something happened in Orlando at Pulse. And I remember watching it on TV, and I was just shocked. I was like, what's happening? And they were saying that people got shot. And as time went on, the numbers grew. I felt just shocked. I didn't know what to take from it. I didn't understand. At the time, we didn't know why it happened. And all I just knew was that there was just this demonstration of hate, and it affected so many people. I remember wanting to do something, and I was trying to find out if there was any memorial or something that would pay homage to those people that were lost. And thankfully, my friend B called me, and they told me that they were going to have a big kind of remembrance over at Stonewall. So immediately I told them, yes, I'm going to be over there. And went on train, headed over to Manhattan, and got to the villages, and I couldn't believe how many people were there. Thousands of people filled up outside of Stonewall, leading all in that area. And I got to meet up with my friends, and we stood there as we can hear from a distance some guest speakers, and they were just naming off the names that were lost. And it was crazy. It was a crazy time because I couldn't believe something like this really did happen. And it felt more real as those names were called. And it was just a strange time. It affected so many people because it could have been anybody. Anybody could have been there. I remember leaving that area after, talking to my friends and talking to B. And I wanted to do something for the LGBTQ plus community. And I wasn't ready to come out. But I knew when the day came that I would be able to be myself, I would do something. That's why now I've been trying to help out a lot with onePULSE. onePULSE is an organization that, after the events of June 12th that occurred, they've been able to do some miraculous and wonderful things, trying to remember those 49 lives through scholarships, through programs. Right now they're doing outlovehate, which is a program where they're trying to put out these pictures that are going to be part of the onePULSE memorial, and it's going to be part of the museum that will be put up hopefully within next year. And I think it's such a great thing that we are trying to show that love to Orlando and to the world. And recently Congress has voted Pulse nightclub as a national memorial for our country. Ever since the first time I went to the Pulse nightclub, I drove by there so many times, and I always wanted to go back inside, but I was not out of the closet 100% yet. And I didn't expect that a tragedy will actually have me go back. And I'm thankful though that I've been able to go and help out in a few of their events, and they're doing a lot of great things for the community and to remember those 49 lives. And I just want to strongly advise you, if you can check out ways that you can help by going to onePULSE Foundation, also looking into outlovehate campaign that they're doing. Find ways that you can help. And even if it's by posting something to social media or being able to pay those $49 to be able to put your face at the museum in the future. If you'd like, you could leave in the bottom comments your experience of how Pulse has affected you. There's also a website that you can check out on the link below on how you can share your story and why you believe that Pulse is a very important place and why it cannot be forgotten. And I just strongly advise that during this month, just definitely find ways that you can understand others, find ways that you can love the LGBTQ plus community, see how you can be an ally, and if you are part of the community, see how you can help in spreading more of the knowledge to help others understand like our history, who we are. Thank you so much for your time, and definitely check out more information in the links below. Thank you.